save you 25 to 35% on your AC bill. Call Jenkins at 609-641-6440, online at jenkinsandsons.com.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitril, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine Viagra on steroids. Noxitril is so powerful, that's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitril free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitril dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 800-993-2150, 800-993-2150. Free bottles for limited time. So call now, 800-993-2150, 800-993-2150.
Don't miss the Atlantic City In-Water Boat Show. 4 days only, September 7th to the 10th at the Golden Nugget Marina. Free self-parking, live entertainment. Kids under 12 are free. Buy advanced discount tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
touchdown,
Sixers, and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to The Locker Room.
Vince Papali, welcome to The Locker Room.
I can smell it already, Philly. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to The Locker Room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to The Locker Room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in The Locker Room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. I got half of the Locker Room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan is joining me and keeping me on the air. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning, Billy. It's a pleasure to be here with you. We're riding the B&D solo today, or the duo today.
Well, how about that? I got half the Locker Room youth movement.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're still going to make it a great show. We got a lot planned today, and some other people are slacking, but it's all right. We're good. We're going to hold down the fort over here.
Hey, man, what a great weekend. The weather's been beautiful. The last couple of days, the waves have been huge. All the surfers are in the water. It's a hurricane season, and there's been a couple storms off the coast, and all the surfers are in the water. It's football. College football is in full swing with some funny games yesterday. I mean, a couple great games, and we'll get into that. We got some funny scores, I should say, some lopsided scores. I don't know about you, but we'll talk about what college football can do to eliminate these blowouts, like 81-7.
They need to set up week one better in the college football season with just, overall better matchups, even like, rivalries, at least with the rivalries. If there's a mismatch with the two teams talent wise, you'll see hard play on both ends regardless because of the passion.
So after the show yesterday, we had a great show yesterday. We had a former NFL quarterback. He was a 12-year NFL veteran, Tony Banks, with us yesterday. He was a great interview. I actually listened to that interview. I replayed it, and it'll be posted on my website. But he gave us stuff. He was a great interview, man. He said some things that, he was very candid. I thought it was a really good interview.
Yeah, I listened to some of it. I really enjoyed what he had to say, and I think, it was cool to get Dave Klemick involved in the conversation as well as a former NFL player himself. So, that was a really cool interview. If you haven't tuned into it, make sure, like Billy said, to tune into it on his podcast wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, and also it'll be up on the website as soon as Leedsy gets it posted.
Mr. Leeds,
my IT guy.
Yep, the intern.
Anyway, then we had the sportsbook consigliere on yesterday, giving us his picks. for some of the games. I should have taken the under in the South Carolina and North Carolina, but I didn't do it. There's something was wrong with my sports app, and I couldn't get my teaser in.
Yeah.
So I didn't. If I would have been able to bet that teaser, I would have been all right.
With Jimmy Buffett passing away yesterday,
how about that?
I slammed Nick Castellanos' home run and didn't pay off. I also parlayed it with a Phillies win, so it didn't work out. But yeah, rest in peace.
Oh, that's
Mr.
right. We
Buffett.
talked about that last week. Every time there's some type of tragedy or
Yep.
an event, a national event, Castellanos hits a home run.
I had that bet placed before 11
I
a.m.
forgot all of
yesterday.
it. Why did you remind me?
Well, I mean, good thing I didn't because he didn't hit a home run and they didn't win. I
would've
parlayed
taken
all of
I
them.
would have taken the bait for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a for sure lock after Bob Barker and him going deep on Bob Barker's death. But no, in all honesty, I mean, Jimmy Buffett, a legend. I mean, rest in peace. A great soul.
73, 76? 76.
Yeah.
Did he just die suddenly or what?
Oh, I think he was
Did he
sick
have
for a
cancer?
little bit.
He have cancer or something?
I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I think he was just sick for a little bit. And when I
think,
saw,
don't you think 76 is too young anymore to die? I mean,
yeah, I mean, he definitely had to have come down with some sort of illness. It said that he passed away peacefully around his family and friends, so this was expected.
Too many margaritas?
5 o'clock somewhere, especially in heaven now for Jimmy Buffett.
Sorry to hear
Rest
that.
in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett. And then yesterday, Danny, we made a big announcement. The Locker Room is going to be broadcasting live throughout the football season, all 18 weeks of the Tropicana Sportsbook.
Oh, you love to hear it.
Sportsbook.
You love to
in
hear
the
it.
Tropicana, man.
Locker Room hits the road, baby.
Yeah, everybody's got to come out, man. This is a great venue.
Mhm.
They've got, of course, the Tropicana's got great restaurants, and it just it's something to be said for being in a sports book during football season. It's a lot of fun.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah,
you get a different motivation to do what you do on the radio, and just it puts you really in the football mood. I mean, when the fall season comes around, you get the crisp air, lowers down to like 70 at max, 60 on a good day. It's a really good time of the year, and I'm glad. I said to my buddy yesterday, I said, "Man, the best time of the year is so back, baby. Let's go."
Isn't it this the great? We talked about this yesterday. You got football, you got the baseball, the Philly. Of course, when the Phillies are relevant and they're good at this time of year, you got really something to look forward to.
Yeah.
The Phillies coming down the stretch now, even though they've dropped 2 games in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a really good team. They're in first place in the NL Central, but the Phillies have scored 10 runs in 2 games. Not too shabby. So their pitching's let them down.
Yeah, it's been the bullpen. It's been the bullpen recently, and
Is there something wrong in Alvarado?
I don't know. I talked to a couple of my buddies from down the shore yesterday, and I said, hey, if Alvarado doesn't walk those 2 batters, Bohm doesn't have to, have that fielding miscue. And obviously, Bohm should have got that ball. He kind of fielded it like a first baseman over at third, but Alvarado walked 2 straight batters and set up to that situation. So the bullpen just has to stay more consistent. And I think also it pegs the question, who's going to be the full-time closer in the playoffs? Is it going to be a platoon between Jose Alvarado and Craig Kimbrell, or are they going to decide on one before the playoffs start?
I'm not. So, okay, full disclosure, over the last couple nights, Mike Doktorovitz, who writes, he's a columnist for my website, thelockerroom.BillySchweim.com. He's also your good buddy. He graduated from rowing together.
Go Profs.
All right. We also have a new new columnist from Penn State, Mac Young.
Penn State with a big win yesterday.
So you want to make sure you read every Friday. He'll be posting his article. He's got access to the locker room, the players. So Mac Young's right for us on the locker room, BillySchweim.com. Check it out. But the Philadelphia Phillies making, like, when you see Turner and Schwarber let a ball drop in between them like that, like it's September. That shouldn't be happening.
You know why it's happening? Because Schwarber shouldn't be in left field.
Because I was going to say he's the common denominator. You see, when you see a ball drop between him and Marsh or him and Rojas, it's because he's out there. Ball drops between him and Bohm, it's because he's out there.
He's not a good defender, but don't get me wrong. He makes his occasional good plays from time to time. It's just the amount of the amount of cons that outweigh the pros. It just
let's look.
You
at
shouldn't
Schwarber.
have him in left out there.
He's raised his average to 191, by the way.
Yeah, a whopping.
But guess what? In this Milwaukee series, you can't blame him. He's 3 for 8 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mentioned it during the Monday Sports Bash at Ocean Casino, and I essentially said everyone has to forget. Me and Ryan Rothstein just said everyone has to forget about that batting average. I mean,
you're going to have to.
At this point, he's producing at an alarming rate. He's going to have 40, maybe 50-plus home runs if he continues to be on this hot streak, and he's going to have over 100 RBIs. So, boo-hoo, he's batting 190, 188. And I know you've been a big,
I've been ripping him,
worrier about that.
But full disclosure with our text messaging, is this the kinder, gentler Philly sports fan I've been lately? Right? I've been more patient with Nola.
Well, you saw the proof.
What?
You saw the proof happen right in front of you. Trey Turner standing ovation.
Right.
You're kinder. Good things happen. He's
right.
batting 370.
I have not been. Now, listen, we're still 13 games over 500. Yes, we've dropped 2 to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a pretty good team. Offensively, they don't have guys. If you look at their roster, they're offensively, they're not really tearing the cover. I mean, they don't really have anybody that's really ripping the baseball. Yelich is obviously former MVP, right? And he can hit the ball.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a bounce back season, but not to the point where one of his MVP guys.
But after Contreras and Yelich, I mean, 234, 240, 204, 215, 217. And I'm just reading off some of the batting averages, but they're getting timely hits.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been the pitching for the Brewers roster throughout their entire success, really in the past 3 or 4 years. Lineup really has never been that great, aside when they had that MVP-like season from Yelich. And now, like I said, they're getting some sort of that form of productive player back, but it's really just the bread and butter is solid pitching, solid bullpen work, and if they don't get that, they're not going to win the ball game.
And of course, the Philadelphia Eagles open up in New England on Sunday, a week from today, at 4:25 up at Gillette Stadium.
I'm so excited.
I mean, look, I got my Eagles, Kelly Green Philadelphia Eagles shirt
baby.
on. What do you got on? You got blue?
No, I got a
Lucy's. What's that?
I got something from New Orleans on, from a place in New Orleans. I had my Red October shirt on before I came, but I had to change it. Are you getting a Kelly Green jersey, by the way? Is that going to be a purchase for you soon?
I'm not a big jersey guy. I like to wear the color. Like I have my, our locker room T-shirts. I like that. Those Kelly Greens. I'll probably wear that. That's what I'll sport.
All right. I respect it.
But we got a lot of Eagles talk we'll get into in the second hour. Yesterday, we made some predictions on the program here for we did go game by game. We just said, final record for the season. And Carlin said 14-3. I said 12-5. Clemick said 12-5. And I think Josh, I forget what Josh said. I wrote it down. I got to find it. But
I'm going to go right in
the middle. We're all pretty
there.
much the same.
I like 13-4. I like you guys. You said 12-5. He said 14-3. I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to go 13-4.
So we'll save the Eagles. We'll save the best for last. The Eagles will get into the Eagles the second hour, hype it up because it's here, baby.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're a week away. We're less than a week away from Thursday Night Football to kick off the 2023 season. Great time of the year, Billy. And I got a few fantasy drafts to knock out before we get started on that season, but we got that's a conversation for another day.
All right, we're streaming live on my YouTube channel. Go to my website, thelockerroom.BillySchweim.com. You can check us out there. I got half the youth movement with me today. Want to remind people the first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing, from the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Captain Chucky's is in Sea Isle City. Try their famous crab cakes, steamed shrimp, selection of soups and appetizers, Marciano's stuffed breads, pierogies from the Pierogi Kitchen, stocks, pound cake, and more. Just take, bake, and enjoy. Call 609-905-CRAB. That's 609-905-CRAB. Or visit CaptainChuckySeaIsle.com. Stop and say hi to owners John and Kathy McCann at 4111 Landis Avenue to see all they have to offer. Online ordering and local delivery is available. Captain Chucky's in Sea Isle City. It's crab with an attitude. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The 2023 Eagles season is here, and this is your radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 1 as the Eagles head to New England next Sunday to take on the Patriots.
And then he's sacked. Brandon Graham.
Eagles radio network coverage begins at 3 p.m. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 4:25. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
A Rottweiler named Whiskey, with hours to live, brought back to full health. A terrier named Snoopy, paralyzed in all four legs, who ran and played again within months. These dogs are known as Marty's Miracles. Dogs brought back to health by Dr. Marty Goldstein.
I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Called the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine, he's now created a premium dog food for you called Nature's Blend. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life. For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get free premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, half of my Locker Room youth movement, producer Danny Ryan with me today. And Danny, man, last night, wait to hear this. So last night I get up, I go up, I went to bed around 12:30, I guess. I was just sitting around, watching the last of the games and whatnot. But I wasn't really paying attention because I kind of fallen asleep. And I got up to go to bed. I got up at 3:30 to go to the bathroom. And on the way back from the bathroom, I stubbed my toe, jammed my toe into a chair. And I am in so much pain. I think I broke my toe.
Yeah, so are you taking a trip to the emergency room after this, or what's going on?
They can't do anything with a toe, can they?
Get a little ambulance called to your house?
No, I'm hurt, man. I couldn't even sleep the rest of the night. I was hurting so bad. I probably should have got up and taken like Advil or something.
I mean, that's one of the worst pains you can ever experience in life, especially if you're going like full steam, like don't even see it in the way.
No, it was dark. I didn't see it.
Terrible.
I was,
sending prayers your way, brother.
Right. Yesterday, thank you. Listen, yesterday we talked about how lucky we are to have this Phillies team. We talked about my melancholy. Like I'm not as like our buddy Mike Oktorovich. He's like if like Nola got off the bat, Nola stinks, or Bone made that. He sounds like me about 5 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but this Philadelphia Phillies team is resilient, man. I mean, if you get behind, you ever think you're out of it?
No, they have the comeback gene. I talked about this before. I mean, they seem to have that craving to just come back into these ball games and pick up their guy. If, for example, you mentioned Nola, if he has a bad game, pick him up. If it's a 5-2 ball game, try and get in it. Unfortunately, last night it got out of hand. It was 7-2 at one point, but with these two back-to-back losses,
Nola
I'm not
goes
discouraged.
4 2/3 innings. He gives up 7 earned runs last night.
Yeah, not great.
Not great.
No.
But I'm not where I was like 4 or 5 weeks ago where I was like pissed at the world and like on a roller coaster emotionally. I'm believing in this team. They're fun to watch. Now, that's if they get swept out of Milwaukee and they go to Arizona or San Diego next.
Yeah, I believe so.
If they go out there and drop 3, then I'm going to be worrying. But this Philadelphia Phillies team, they're exciting to watch. And we talked about how lucky are we to have Bryce Harper.
Oh, we're so
lucky. People,
even Trey Turner, I mean, he's been tearing the cover off the ball recently. Going the opposite way last night for the home run. No, you're completely right. Like
20 home runs already.
After back-to-back losses, both 7-5 losses, you'd think I'd be much more discouraged after a great series against Los Angeles and St. Louis. But at this point, I'm just, whatever. Win today and then get on a streak
Mike's
again.
Been really on him, and I get it because that's how I was.
Yeah.
But lately, I'm not like that, Danny.
Yeah.
What's going on in my old age? What's happening?
Well,
here? Has that standing ovation affected me so much that I'm seeing the light where I'm like, I'm not as critical, I'm more patient?
Is
that possible for Philly fan?
I think so. And at the same time, they've created some separation in that wild card race. They're still, what is it? They're 74 and 61 after last night's loss.
13 games above 500.
Yeah, it's not like they dropped to 6 games above 500 and they're in the thick of that second and third wild card spot. They're still up there at the top, and they're, as long as they have 2.5 games right now is what they have over the second spot, and the Cubs, they're fine. They just got to keep it at that distance.
The Chicago Cubs, they've lost 2 in a row, but they're in second place in the wild card race at 72 and 64, 2.5 games behind the Phillies. They're coming on.
Yeah, I mentioned to you when you brought it up off the air. That's one team I do not want the Phillies to run into in the postseason. They just seem to be on a roll. They seem to have, not to the degree of the Phillies, but they seem to have great locker room and clubhouse vibes, similar to the Phillies and the daycares. So. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to run into them, but you just got to keep playing good baseball if you're the Phillies and hope you don't have to, hopefully they drop into the third spot and you don't have to play them.
Of course, at the bottom of the hour, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher. At the bottom of the hour, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Tommy will give us his thoughts and opinions on the Phillies in Milwaukee. I'm just like, Tommy keeps it real with us, and he's been consistent. Former player. He knows the ins and outs of a long season, the dog days of summer. But I don't know, maybe he's rubbing off on me. Just to keep it,
he likes to keep it even keel.
Yeah, the next game mentality.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at Aaron. Like, people, we've been very critical of Aaron Nola. But here's what you get with Aaron Nola. He's there every 5th day. He's going to get over 200 innings again. He should get 200 innings again this year, right?
Yeah,
Easily. I mean, the guy...
He should have 200-plus strikeouts as well.
Yeah, and he's up there in the strikeouts every year. I mean, I think the Phillies would be stupid not to bring him back. You know what you're getting with him.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I just disagree with that. I mean, if his asking price is $25 million plus
the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Yeah, but I'm willing to take that risk when you have 3 top pitching prospects and guys that you could pick up in free agency as well. I don't know. You sign him to a 5-year, $25 million a year annually contract, and then you're already paying Trey $300 million. You're already paying Bryce $300 million.
That's a big if you can get somebody in the free agency.
But like, I'm not talking a Nola tier type of guy. Like, I'm talking, not Nola back when he had the low 2, low 3 ERA, but I'm just saying like a fill-in arm, until Painter or Abel are ready to come up and try and replace that hole. But I can't consciously give him $25+ million when he goes out against arguably the worst division leading record in the Brewers and does that.
Danny,
7 runs.
Danny, I like the makeup of this team.
I do too.
I know they're inconsistent. Look at Schwarber's batting average at 191. By the way, he's raised it to 191. You look at Nola's inconsistency. He's not really, he hasn't really been playing all that well, pitching that well. He had 2 games prior. His last 2 games were good, but then he comes out and lays an egg last night. Trey Turner, the first 4 months of the season, but now all of a sudden he's turned it around and batting 360.
Yeah,
over the last,
unbelievable.
And he's continued into September. He's hit his 20th home run. Or is that 21?
I believe that might be 21.
21 for him in the 6th inning last night.
And now he's batting 260 on the season.
Right?
Like at one point, this guy was batting 235 at August 4th before that ovation. Like literally, he came into that game batting 234, and now he's batting 260. I mean, you can't make it up, Billy. And there's black magic going on.
So we were talking yesterday, and I want to get your input on this as far as like what you're like. This team is likable. It's lovable, almost the same way we like the 93 team. The 93 team was different because no one had any expectations that they would go on that run. There were a bunch of throwbacks, you know what I mean? There were older guys, and it was a compilation of some blue collar baseball players, if you will. This team goes on that magical run last year, and it's a Cinderella story. Trey Turner gets a standing ovation when he was in the deepest hole you could possibly be in, and it's completely turned his season around and other people. I mean, I think the whole team has been elevated by this.
This team likes each other too. Every single guy in that clubhouse,
Did you
that
see
locker room.
they're wearing their
oh yeah,
what was it?
The overalls.
The overalls. They were all. I wonder who. I got a feeling Bryce Harper was behind that.
Probably one of those leaders in the clubhouse were behind it, saying, "Hey, we're going on the road trip, and we're all showing up to Milwaukee in Phillies white pinstripe overalls."
Right. Some guys had like they didn't have shirts underneath.
Yeah,
they were showing their guns.
Castellanos had a hoodie on under it, and he rolled his up to be shorts. It was it was funny. But to put your Trey Turner point into perspective, he batted .218 in the month of July with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in only. What is it? It's now 7 less at-bats in the month of July compared to August. In the month of August, 9 home runs, 26 RBIs, 324 batting average, has struck out 21 times, so that's still kind of there, but 9 doubles as well and 1 triple in the month of August. You can't make it up.
And let me get back to Bryce Harper, because he is he the most loved athlete in Philadelphia right now? Him and Jalen Hurts.
It's tough. Like right now, he is. Right now, at the current day, September 3rd, 2023. Yes, because
you got him talking about. He's listening to sports radio up in Philly. He's like,
can't beat that.
He talks about the callers. I mean, he kisses the emblem on his shirt.
Yeah, after his 300th career home run.
He backs it up. He's like he walks the walk and talks the talk. He loves the game. He loves playing in front of these fans. And I just think that we are extremely lucky to get him for the price we got him for, too.
Yeah, I mean, the market is only going up for him. You're going to see Shohei Ohtani, obviously a different type of player, but get $600 million or more this offseason. So, I mean, hey, there's there's embracing the city you play for, and then there's what Bryce Harper does. Just living and breathing everything in the city of Philadelphia. I mean, like you said, from the overalls to Chuck from Mount Airy on WIP.
Right? Is that unbelievable?
I can't believe that. Like, he legitimately on home games listens to the evening show from 2 to 6 into the ballpark. He's a fan.
He's a fan, but we are like, all we do is Ben Simmons and James Harden, and the Flyers are like, we don't even talk about them. They're so bad.
Yeah.
I can't wait for hockey to start, and I hope that the Flyers can turn some heads with some enthusiastic play. But we'll get into that, I'm sure, down the road. But
eventually.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, Bryce Harper and Jalen Hurts are superstars. They're almost like we equated to Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
because everybody loved that. Everybody loves Allen Iverson.
Definitely a Brian Dawkins and Allen Iverson. They're getting up there in that type of category.
Is he on the Mount Rushmore? What'd you say?
Bryce Harper?
Yeah. I mean, name another Philly that we love like Bryce Harper.
Chase Utley. You forget how much they love Chase Utley.
Man. Yeah,
I know. He literally was.
You are the man
in Philadelphia. I mean, he was Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, but I know. But I think Bryce Harper surpassed him.
He might have,
because look at the home runs he's hit last year.
Thing is,
like, timely home runs, the most dramatic home runs he's hit. Chase Utley hasn't done that. I mean, he has had his moments.
Yeah,
but not like Bryce Harper.
You know what Chase Utley's done? Brought the team a championship, the city championship. That's why I can't put Bryce there yet. Because if you're talking,
that's fair.
You're talking one select Philadelphia Philly. You can't put Bryce Harper there, no matter how much I love the guy.
Like, you weren't alive. You weren't alive in 1980. I was a senior.
Yeah, no.
Larry Boa, Pete Rose, Bob Boone, Steve Carlton.
Yeah.
Boa was like the catalyst of that. Mike Schmidt.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Bake McBride. That team was that was a lot. People love that team, but I think the 93 2008, and this team is right there with them, even though they haven't won the World Series.
Honestly, like we talk about putting possibly Bryce Harper, Chase Utley on that Mount Rushmore, you're going to have to at least have two Phillies on there if you want to consider Bryce or Chase Utley, because Mike Schmidt has to be on there. Greatest Philly of all time.
Greatest Philly of all time, but he wasn't loved like Bryce Harper.
But he
didn't. He acted like at times he acted like aloof, like he was like, when he had to wear that wig because he was critical of the Phillies.
So you're talking Mount Rushmore of just personalities and players that Philadelphia loves.
Yeah.
If at that rate, it'd probably
Maybe we should make it a text board question.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to word that a little bit more specific, but I see what you're getting at.
You know what I'm saying?
We do have a few texts real quick before we get a break that we can chew on. First one was from Cole from LBI. He said, Phillies overall are a good team. They have a streaky offense, but how is there not a major concern about having the top end starting pitching to win a playoff series? Wheeler isn't dominant, and Nola is having his worst year. Suarez and Walker have also been up and down, and Lorenzen hasn't looked good since the no-hitter.
That's a very good
That's
point.
what I'm worried about.
I'm worried about. I think we're all worried about that.
I mean, at this point, though, I feel like we're finding or trying to find something to worry about because of how green it's been. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, give Nola a standing ovation.
Listen, if people want to text in and ask, we're going to have Tommy Greene on the other side. If you got a question for Tommy, send it to the text board at 609-403-0973. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Stanton Insurance Group, SIG Protection. Don't get burned this summer. Choose Stanton Insurance Group for better coverage than your sunscreen. Protecting families, homes, automobiles, businesses in New Jersey and PA for over 25 years. Stanton helps you select the right insurance company for the best combination of protection and service at a competitive rate. Get the insurance coverage you need today. Visit SIG Protection for a quote. That's SIGprotection.com. All right, when we return, we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is hiring for sworn officers. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
We said 1,500 hours.
Dax's hangar flies high thanks to his military precision.
Rob, you copy?
He wants to land some aircraft mechanics, preferably with a military background.
Okay, I wasn't aware of a new timeline.
Cancel. Stand by for new assignments.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, half of my Locker Room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan with me today, riding shotgun and producing. Double duty for you.
Oh, yeah, baby. You can't beat it. Sunday with the Schweiner.
Nothing could be finer.
And talking sports with the Schweiner. Let's go.
Hey, listen, nothing's finer than always having our first guest on every Sunday throughout the football season. We get a chance to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th annual Hero Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for the Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser and to help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's herocampaign.org. Let's go to the Toms River Auto Group Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good friend, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. Good morning, T. Greene.
Hey, good morning, guys. Glad to be back on with you again.
Tommy, I got to tell you, man, I don't know what's happened to me, but like a metamorphosis. It's like I am not the impatient, short-tempered, quick to blame people Philadelphia Phillies fan that I once was. I don't know if you're rubbing off on me or not, but I'm telling you what, Tommy, man, like look at Trey Turner and Bryce Harper. I mean, these guys not only have they turned their season around, they're like they've embraced this city. Bryce Harper in particular, talking about fans on the radio, kissing his shirt, like the logo, and when he's interviewed, like just he's in love with the fandom here. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, to me, he's letting people in to see how he feels, about things, which is good. He's being personable, and that's what every fan wants to feel like. They get closer to the guys, the superstars or the players they like to watch play. They want to get to know them, and he's letting them in, which is such a great thing, for him to show talk about his feelings and how he feels about the city and the fans and why he loves it here. So, which is something I've tried to get across my whole time here. It's one of the reasons why I love Philadelphia so much, because of the fans. I mean, it's such a great place to play.
Yeah, you know what? You're a perfect example of that, Tommy. I mean, you're from down south. You make this area your home. You're down here at the Jersey Shore. You were beloved. I mean, you threw a no-hitter for the Phillies. You were on that 93 crazy team. You pretty much, you can walk on water. I mean, there's not an establishment you go into that people probably aren't sending you drinks. Right? Am I right?
No, I mean, I have to admit, the fans tend to remember, and the 93 team, they really gelled with us. They really found something in us, the type of characters we were, and because we had so many different personalities and the way we played the game and stuff, they really what's the word I'm looking for? They really, I say gelled, but they really found somebody that kind of mimicked what they were about, in each guy. It was because we were from different aspects, the country and the way but the one thing we did have in common is the way we played the game. And that's what they fell in love with, and along with the cast of characters, and
well, you guys,
and had a good time.
Tommy, you guys were like a lunch pail type ball club. I mean, people identified with you guys, and I got to tell you, we were just talking about like this 2023 team. Yeah, they went on that run last year. They've had a flair for dramatics, right, with the home runs they hit and the frequency which what they hit. Yeah, they're inconsistent, but for some reason, I can't. Like, I'm not on the roller coaster that I once was, say, like in July. Like, I'm more patient with him. If Alec Boehm lets that ball go under his glove, I wasn't like he didn't say this blank in play stinks. You know what I mean? He knows it was on him, and I think people love that.
Oh yeah. Well, he learned a lesson, quickly about things and how to play here in Philadelphia and what type of ball player they want, and the way to act. Everybody knows, and we know that he wasn't out there the other night trying to make it. Or he was trying to make the play, he just didn't make it. And that's the time. Sometimes it just come in a crucial time of the game where there really wasn't a lot of time to make up for it. But as a pitcher, we're always trying. When your teammates are behind you, they're not trying to make errors. They're trying to succeed. We try to pick each other up in every aspect because we hang pitches. And we get, balls over the middle of the plate to get crushed, and they make great plays for us in the field. And, it's about picking each other up. And this team's done a good job at that this year. And that's why you're not on the hangman watch now. You kind of grasp a hold, of what this team's about a little bit because it's they're never out of a ball game, no matter what happens at the end. They tend to, fight back to the end and find some way to try to get back into it. And that's a good quality to have, especially, here later in the season, they need to keep up that fight, but, as bottom line, we need to, this last week, we played some good ball games. We easily could have been 5-1. We got to tighten up the ship on the pitching side of it a little bit and get a little more consistent, but, we're right there. The only good thing about it, the other teams were losing too. So
yeah. Well, I got to tell you, the last two games, the Phillies put scored 5 runs in both games, so you can't fault the offense. Yeah. But this team, look, Tommy. Before, I got to be honest with you, if it was the 7th inning and they were down by 2 or 3 runs, the clicker's getting used, and I'm going somewhere else. But not now. I stay with this.
Oh God, that's amen. It's never over. They're showing the great qualities, like what they. You remember we went through the same conversation last year, Billy. Yeah. Talking about, hey, what's it going to take? I said this team needs to get healthy. That's what they need. It's about getting hot at the right time, and that's what they did. And they've sort of done the same thing. They're trying to get healthy again. They've had some guys that are a little banged up on the pitching staff. We don't have Ranger back yet. Unless it's just happened.
Well, yeah, he's pitching today.
And now with Alvarado, coming back, and he's still getting his feet back in on the ground again, to try to find that command, so a little bit. And that all that is just getting out and pitching, getting enough time in, because when you spend that time off like that, trying to heal something up, it's just as much a mental battle as it is a physical battle. So it is get back in and believing you're getting back in that groove and doing it. You just got to get out there and accomplish it. And that's the thing. We just got to tighten up some things. And because we're in ball games, the guys are swinging a bat and doing it. We're at the top of the league this week in offense, and that more at the bottom of the league in pitching. Yeah. So that's why you're a 500 record at the end of the week, rather less than a 5-1. So.
Tommy, me and Billy, we were talking off the air just about really, what worries we're looking for with this Phillies team at this point, what imperfections we're trying to search for because of how good we have it. 2.5 games on the second wild card spot over the Cubs. If you had to pick, what would you say is the one part of the team that worries you most heading into the postseason? You mentioned Alvarado and him getting the rust off. And that could
4 runs the other night.
Yeah, that could also tie into the closer position. But is it that? Is it the starting rotation? Is it some guys at the bottom of the lineup scuffling? What do you think is the biggest worry?
Well, bottom line, is just getting your pitching going. right now, we're as far as I know, we're healthy. Is getting them going in the right direction. Nola had a bad game yesterday, and sometimes you have to tip your hat to the other team too. They didn't miss the mistakes he made, or catching too much of the plate or whatever. But the previous outing he was lights out. So he's right now. We've talked about him over the course of the year. He's just been hit or miss, type thing. It's just we need that pitching side of things to solid up a little bit. Do they need to be great? Yeah, it'd be great if they can do that. But if they're solid, not giving up 5 or 6 runs a game, giving us a chance to win, that's a huge thing. I'm talking maybe 3 or 4 runs, which makes the offense, those 5 runs that we score, it makes it a winner, And then on top of that, is getting that, the pitching, at the end of the game, that when we do have a lead, not giving it up, is just solid everything up. Sometimes you're going to have that. That's the nature of the game. You're human, but it's all about to get it going in the right direction here, here the last 3 weeks of the season.
Every Sunday throughout the baseball season, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Tommy, the starting lineup is out. Schwarber, who's raised his average to 191, is leading off again. Trey Turner, who's raised his average to 260, batting second. Castellanos batting third today. Bryce Harper in the DH role. He's clean up. Alec Boehm, Romuto, Stott, Pache.
He's back, baby.
Back in the lineup in center field. And Edwin Sosa is batting ninth and playing third base. So, you got there's a crowd scene out in center field right now.
Yeah, there is. You got Rojas, Marsh, everyone in there. But more importantly, Schwarber left today. The experiment continues.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, I don't know when you see.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. Yeah, it's a huge thing. They got a surplus of guys, out there in the outfield right now, and it's all about. At the quality time, we got to make sure if we can, put the right defense out there.
Yeah.
To try to shore up some things. So it's Topper's got a tough job, man, because Schwarber right now swinging a hot bat, man, and you just. I don't like to talk about them when they're going hot.
I know.
Just let them stay where they're at. I don't like putting a kiss of death on nobody. So it's fun watching them play, the offense play right now, because they're doing a lot of positive things, and we just hope they can keep it up on a consistent manner. You're going to run into good pitches sometimes. It kind of stifles you, but it seems like this team of late. No matter if they get stifled early part of the game, it's the later in the game they tend to answer back. It seems like, and that's a great quality to have because they can get to some of those relievers at the end. You're never out of a ball game when your team plays. You can do that, and the type of offense we've showed, especially in the last month with all the home runs, the firepower that we've showed. We're on track now to be the team that we thought they were going to be throughout the whole year. But they kind of struggled throughout the year a little bit to be that team a little bit. They were hit and miss. Now they're that offensive team a little bit where they put the fear. They're putting the fear in some people with the way they're playing.
And I'll tell you, man, these guys all they went out to Milwaukee wearing these overalls. I think they even offered Topper, Robbie Thompson. They hung a pair of overalls in his locker, but apparently he politely declined. Tommy, would you have been caught dead in those things?
I didn't even see them, Sammy, but they used to do stuff back in the day with us. They cut the legs out of your suits and and stuff like that for the rookies, have to wear and stuff like that. But they never did it to me. So I always got lucky.
That's because you're too big.
I was one of those guys. I was one of those guys who didn't never. I wouldn't do it. I wanted to treat somebody like I wanted to be treated, type thing. So,
Tommy, you got to look them up when you get off the show. They're all white overalls, red pinstripes, and a P in the middle. They're great.
They're funny. All right, Tommy, listen, man.
Classic.
Every Sunday, we really look forward to speaking with you on the Philadelphia Phillies. We got Ranger Suarez on the mound today. It's they need to win this game and at least salvage a win in Milwaukee to get some respectability before they head out to San Diego for 3. But Tommy, we really appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Hey, appreciate it, pal.
There he is, Tommy Greene on the Toms River Auto Group Sports Hotline on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene is brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th annual Hero Walk and Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register. I know everybody's going to be there. Register for Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser to help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's the herocampaign.org. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
College football returns to ESPN Radio.
This is what's so great about college football. These matchups, these brands.
It's a top 10 showdown in Orlando, Florida, when 5th-ranked LSU goes head-to-head with 8th-ranked Florida State.
The winner is thrust into the title contender conversation. It's a really big game for both teams.
Coverage begins tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Football lives on 97.3 ESPN FM, South Jersey's football station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 2 locations on Bay Avenue in Somers Point and their new location at 43rd Street off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, offering a waterfront view of the bay in Somers Point and the ocean in Sea Isle. Plus, live music is featured 7 days a week at both the Point locations. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them online at dothepoint.com.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for Bet Parks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for live music. It's time to dance. It's time to visit Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Get into 360 for the best local bands and live entertainment. Friday, September 8th, music by Don't Call Me Francis. Saturday, September 9th, Soul Cruisers take the stage. Plus, Joe Conklin's Comedy Night every other Thursday. The fun never stops at Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Danny Ryan. What do you got, Danny?
Oh, buckle up. Buckle up, Billy. Average or not, the guy's producing.
It's unbelievable. It's at 39?
Yeah, it's 39. He's one away from 40, and then here comes Trey Turner.
Did you see what I put? Did you see what I put on Twitter last night?
No, about Aaron Nola and the sunscreen?
No. I said no. I gotta put sunscreen on to watch Trey Turner.
Oh,
that's what I put.
thought you were talking about Aaron Nola because he kept getting burned or something.
No, I have to put sunscreen on just to watch Bryce Harper and Trey Turner.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're so hot. They're hotter than the summer sun.
They're scorching. They're hotter than a UV index of 10 out there right now. Come on.
I need what, PF 50 or
you need SPF 50.
SPF 50
yeah,
to watch Trey Turner.
That's what my mom gives me by default. She wants me to be pale for the rest of my life.
I never
That's
wear.
right.
I don't even wear sunscreen. You know that, right?
If I do that, I literally will get skin
You'll be a rock
cancer in a
lobster.
year. I will be blisters everywhere.
All right, you got a couple of text messages.
We do. And
609-403-0973 if you want to chime into the show.
An unidentified texter chimed in and said, Phillies have been beating on bad teams. When they play a good team, they lose. That's true.
That's not necessarily true.
True as of late.
As of late,
but not necessarily true.
Because remember, they got
the
swept
season.
in the beginning of the season. They went out to the West Coast. They got swept by the Dodgers and the Giants, I believe. And then they came back to Philly and returned the favor.
All right, mystery texter. It's going to be a good stretch of games for the Phillies to prove they can win against decent teams. San Diego still 6.5 back.
Let me just say this. I watched the Dodgers and Braves the last 2 nights, too.
Yeah.
The Braves are very good.
They are.
They are very
And we have two
very good.
We have 2 series with them coming up in just the next 20 days alone.
Max Fried, they got Strider. I mean, their pitching staff's unbelievable.
7 games on deck against the Braves just this
month. Do you realize
Billy.
we're 15 as well as we're playing? We're 15 games behind the Braves.
Yeah, and we started a little bit to pick up some ground on them, but they're just unreal. So it goes San Diego, then Miami, then Atlanta, then St. Louis, then Atlanta again, and then 2 series with New York as well as one with Pittsburgh to wrap the season.
All right, man.
Another text we got, we'll wrap it in or throw it in real quick, I should say. A guy that shows up every 5th day is a number 3 pitcher. You can't count on that guy to succeed in the playoffs. Yes, Nola will have a couple good games, but you need better than that from a number 2 pitcher. Cole from LBI again.
Well, Cole, of course, but I mean, like Tommy Greene says, if as long as they get into the playoffs and they maybe hit stride in the playoffs, all this will be forgotten.
Last text as we go to break, something to chew on and get the Eagles conversation flowing. Excited for the Patriots to light the Eagles up.
What?
John from Northfield with some fighting words.
Schoolhouse Rock. Hooray, I'm for the other team. Are you kidding me, man? All right. First hour's in the books. Hour 2 ahead. We're going to get into our Eagles talking more. It's The Locker with Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The 2023 Eagles season is here, and this is your radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 1 as the Eagles head to New England next Sunday to take on the Patriots.
And then he's sacked. Brandon Graham.
Eagles radio network coverage begins at 3 p.m. Maryland Mike call all the action starting at 4:25. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
He was just texting his mom he'd be home soon. He never arrived. She was just telling a friend about her engagement. The wedding didn't happen. He just wanted his friends to hear that one song. They never did. She just wanted to hand her a quick snack. She didn't see the stop sign. Their families just wish they decided to just drive. Please don't drive distracted. From the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Every piece of land has a story. For the Nelsons, it's cruising around their Montana ranch on a John Deere Gator XUV 835R. With 3,000 acres, there's plenty of work to do.
We're not afraid to jump in and help each other out.
That's how they've kept their ranch going for 5 generations.
It's all about efficiency.
Like teaching visitors to fly fish.
The whole joy with fly fishing is matching the hatch.
Run with us on a Gator XUV 835R and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity starts now. Now through September 21st, new customers get 200 megabit internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, upgrade to gig and save $20 a month over Verizon. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed. Savings compares Xfinity Gig to Verizon Gig.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
An online housing resource is now available for New Jersey residents to assist in preventing eviction. Go to housinghelpnj.org or call 888-691-3002 to be connected to a certified housing counselor for free housing counseling services and information.
A town square media station serving all of South Jersey. This is 97.3 ESPN, home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
He is hit. He stumbles. He's down.
WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City.
Set. 83.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the coachy in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here at the Toms River Auto Group studio right in Northfield, right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, producer Danny Ryan, half of the Locker Room Youth Movement. And Danny, man, the NFL kicks off in earnest Thursday night.
I don't know how it's here already.
And, of course, then the Philadelphia Eagles head to Foxborough, Massachusetts, to take on the New England Patriots at 4:25 on Sunday. Of course, the Locker Room, with a big announcement late yesterday, will be broadcasting our show live at the Tropicana, at the Sportsbook, the Caesars Sportsbook at the Tropicana. We're excited for that.
You can't beat it, man. The vibes are going to be good over there at the Tropicana all season long. So.
Yesterday, we had the Vice President of Hotel Operations at the Tropicana, Robert Patillo, and John Berkeley, for the GM from Caesars Digital, come in and make the announcement. We're excited. It's really cool to be at the Sportsbook throughout the football season. I love it. It's just a cool atmosphere. And so I'm looking forward to that. But the Philadelphia Eagles, I know I made my prediction yesterday, Danny, and we're going to go through. We're going to look at the depth chart. We're going to talk about people on the roster. The Philadelphia Eagles lost, 7 guys? 4 on defense last year. I mean, lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah,
right?
T.J. Edwards.
T.J. Edwards.
Kazir White.
Kazir White. While I think the people that they have in place now, especially in the Kobe Dean, has a great upside. He only played 34 snaps last year.
He only played that second half against the Titans late in the year. So.
Reed Blankenship. I mean, he's I like him, and he had an interception when he picked off Aaron Rodgers last year. Remember that?
First career interception
Right?
off Aaron Rodgers,
and he played pretty well. But is he enough for the starting role? Is he going to be good enough for the starting role? How's he going to handle over 17 weeks schedule?
Yeah, we're going to find that out. I mean, that's really what the one question mark, or one of 2 question marks, has been for this Eagles depth chart. How is the linebacker core going to look, and how is really just Reed Blankenship going to look? Is Terrell Evans going to be a good, strong safety? I think we can, we know we can at least hold it down there for a little bit, but is Reed Blankenship going to be that free safety that we need to step up alongside Sidney Brown? I don't know.
Where's your, offensively, I think this team is in good position offensively. I like some of the college games last night. Yesterday we had Oregon 81-7 over Portland State. We're not going to be that dynamic, but I think the Eagles are going to put some points up on the board.
Yeah, they're not going to be 73-0 against Arkansas State from Oklahoma,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? I think our offense. Jalen Hurts he's a bona fide star, but possibility he could win the MVP. I'd like to take that as a prop bet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance. He came in second place last year. He was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes, who coincidentally beat him in the Super Bowl. But as long as this offense stays healthy, they have the chance, in my opinion, to go 13-4. I think they could easily do that. Now, I believe you made a 12-5 prediction yesterday.
12-5.
I don't hate that either. I think 13-4 with how elite this team was last year is kind of acceptable, considering they were just unstoppable last year.
So you're like Carlin, 13-4.
Yeah, I think 13-4 is the right number.
I was initially at 11-6, and then the over and under for the Eagles wins is 11.5. Do you think they're Danny? Do you think they're better than last year?
I can't say that.
I think offensively they are, because especially with Jalen Hurts has another year in this offense after having such a productive year last year, second in MVP voting, like you said. I'm not concerned about him. I don't want him taking hits. I don't want him. Remember last year they had all those designated runs for him. Runs. They got to stop that.
No, because the problem with him is he's not going to slide.
That's part of his game, though, Danny.
It is, and I'm fine with him being fast on the ground, being able to scramble and use his legs, but limit it to scrambling, not design runs.
Not design runs.
Because he's not going to slide. He's not going to, conserve his body. He's going to lower his shoulder and try and get extra yardage, and that's why he went out for a short period of time last year and was in question for the playoffs. Right? So you just can't have him doing that, and I'm fine. Don't get me wrong.
That was against Detroit. Or no, not Detroit. That was
I forget what team it was. He got hit in his shoulder, I believe, and then it.
Yeah.
But no, my thing is 2 to 3, max 5 design runs, whatever. But I don't want to see my quarterback rushing the ball 15, 20 times in the game to win the ball game. You have playmakers everywhere now. I mean, the running back room is as deep as it's ever been with DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, and the list goes on. Kenny Gainwell looking for a big season out of him. So you can't have him in these design runs unless you want to have Marcus Mariota by week 5.
Hey, let's open up the text board, 609-403-0973. Let's get people's predictions. What are the Eagles going to do record-wise? 609-403-0973 is the text board. Give us your prediction on, what their record's going to look like.
And Billy, before we look at the depth chart and really grade each position group, we can really quickly go through the schedule and talk about, I said 13-4, you said 12-5. Let's just take a look at these games that the Eagles should win. Week 1 against the Patriots next week.
I said it's a win. Who texted said that the Patriots?
Yeah, John from Northfield says they're going to light them up. What proof, buddy? Mac Jones is going to become Tom Brady?
If anything, it'll be a low-scoring game because Belichick will prepare defensively for the Eagles.
Yeah, I respect the optimism, but the Patriots, Juju Smith-Schuster's going to light it up with Zeke?
You got that. That's a win for the Eagles.
All right, next
Vikings.
First game at home, Eagles-Vikings. That's prime time on Thursday. I see that as a win. I mean, they dominated them last year. I don't see why they can't do it again, but maybe Kirk Cousins comes different. I got 2-0.
Because you have a newfound respect for Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, baby. Did you see his handlebar the other week?
No.
Oh, man. He grew his beard like magically within a week. And then
what does he look like? Who was the quarterback in Miami that had that? He's doing a commercial now?
Oh, I don't know. He looked like Hulk Hogan, though. I'll say that. That's what Kirk Cousins looked like. He had the whole handlebar on the sideline for the last preseason game, but then they travel to Tampa to take on the Bucs.
I think that's a win.
That's a win, 3-0.
Who's the quarterback down there? Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield. And it's not set in stone, but he is the starter. Kyle Trask could probably get an opportunity by week 3 or 4. And then they go back to Philadelphia to face the Washington Commanders.
So let's just look at the block of 4. You just read for the first 4 games.
And I think that's 4.
What happens to the Eagles every year without question? They win a game that they're not supposed to win, and they lose a game that they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
Right?
And that happened
but you
last
still
year
think they
against
go
the
4-0 in that 4 block?
Yeah, I think they need some redemption because they lost at home for their first loss of the season to the Commanders last year. So I think they get some redemption at home. So I think that's 4-0. And then they travel to L.A. to face the Rams the week after. The Rams are a shell of their Super Bowl selves.
I think that's a win too.
I think that's 5-0. Like,
and the Philly fans will travel well for that game.
Mm-hmm. Like realistically, and then they face the Jets
so you
the
think
week after.
First loss could be the Jets because the Jets are a different team.
They
especially
are
now with Aaron Rodgers.
They are, but if you ask me, present day on September 3rd, I don't think this Jets team, and it could change by week 6 when we face them, when the Eagles face them. But right now, I don't think the Jets are going to be better than the Philadelphia Eagles. So I mean, maybe
So you're like 7-0.
Maybe I'm being at 6-0. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but 6-0 doesn't seem too unrealistic.
It doesn't seem too far fetched.
No, and then they face the Dolphins.
But I have
the
a
week
problem
after.
with saying 6-0.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Football is football. The NFL is the NFL. Any team's going to come out and perform each day.
Are we being biased? We got our Kelly Green blinders on.
I'm really trying to see through it, but I don't think I'm being biased right now. Like you could easily lose that Jets game on the road in MetLife, but I don't think the Eagles. I don't think it's going to be a set in stone thing that the Jets are going to beat them.
And then they got the Dolphins.
Yeah, at home.
Who knows? Tagovailoa might not even be playing by them because he might be taking. He's vulnerable to concussions, man.
And let's just say you lose that Jets game, you go into the Dolphins week at 5-1. I think you beat the Dolphins at home. That's another primetime game. I believe that's Thursday night, October 22nd. I'll have to get the date on it. And then they face the Commanders in Washington on FedEx. Now, that's an injury-riddled field. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's a win too. I mean, are we talking 7-1 by the time Dallas week comes upon us?
Wow. And Dallas is at home.
And I don't think it's too unrealistic as well to say we could go into that week at 7-1 because they proved it last year. And who knows how Sean Desai is going to do? Who knows how Brian Johnson's going to do?
Do you think Dallas has any chemistry issues with the fact that they just picked up Trey Lance and Dak Prescott didn't seem too happy in his interviews? Like nothing surprises me when he was quoted as saying when it comes to the Cowboys.
Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott's comments are just they add on to the piling problems.
We had Tony Banks on here yesterday. You know what he said when he got benched by the Ravens in favor of Trent Dilfer? He was pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
He was candid. He said, "Hey man, he was sour. He wasn't the best backup. He was disgruntled.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy. That could tear a team apart, man."
Yeah, I mean, Dak was not really having the greatest of training camps before preseason. Players were fighting on that team. I mean, players fight really on every team. I feel like to some degree.
Not on the Phillies.
Yeah, not in the Phillies, but the Eagles have gotten into a few
like a family. Brothers fight. Sometimes it's family members fight. Obviously, there's some, but they're such a close knit team that it probably doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
But other teams might not be able to survive something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, it's going to be fun to see them.
Then you got the bye week.
Burn. Yeah, then you got the bye week, and then you go on to face the Chiefs in Kansas City, another primetime game. Then the Bills, then the Niners, then the Cowboys.
So this is the stretch
this is the toughest part of the schedule by far.
So I got them losing to the Chiefs in Kansas City.
I could see that as a scheduled loss.
I got them beating the Bills.
At home?
Yeah.
That's going to be one crazy tailgate experience, by the way. Bills Mafia and the Eagles fans. Oh, my goodness. In Philadelphia?
But that could be a look-ahead game to the 49ers, too.
Yeah, and that's at home as well.
That's home, too. But, I mean, the Eagles could get caught in a trap there with the week before with Buffalo coming to town.
So, yeah, they could. I mean.
Right? Because look, the 49ers were bellyaching last year about the fact that the Eagles beat them the way they did. They got an old-fashioned beating.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think after you get past the 49ers part of your schedule, I mean, you face the Cowboys on the road. That's always tough. But Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, and Giants again, you should easily take care of.
So by the last 2 games, they probably won't even be playing their starters.
And that is if they have one of the records that we expect them to have at 12-5 or 13-4. But who knows? I mean, the NFL is a weird thing, man. It's a weird league.
All right, give us your predictions. 609-403-0973 is the text board. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Hey, are you looking to buy, sell, or rent at the shore? Call John McCann, broker, owner of McCann Realtors in Seattle City. Put his 38 years of experience to work for you as a real estate broker and certified general real estate appraiser. John has the knowledge, integrity, experience, and dedication you want and need. Give John a call at 609-263-7422 or visit McCannRealtors.com or stop by the office at 4111 Landis Avenue in Seattle City. Meet with John and discover the McCann difference. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more Eagles talk right here in the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan on 97.3 ESPN.
Are you ready for Eagles football?
He's firing, and it is intercepted! Eagles pick it off!
We are too.
And walks in for the touchdown! Beautiful execution. Beautiful.
Listen to the Philadelphia Eagles with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick all season long on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. DayQuil Kids Berry from Vicks. DayQuil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that DayQuil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
DayQuil Kids Berry. The Kids Berrylicious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the confidence and underdogs covering, the tension before a clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. Plus, win your first $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks.
Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, or Maryland. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, or Maryland. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Danny Ryan with me today, producing and co-hosting. And we got some text messages. We're asking the people, the listeners, to text in their record, what you think the Eagles' record will be this year. 609-403-0973 is the text board.
First things first, John from Northfield chimed in again after he's excited for the Patriots to light the Eagles up comment. He says,
Where's he from?
Northfield.
Northfield.
So right around the corner.
He's like the guy from Schoolhouse Rock. Hooray, I'm for the other team.
His score prediction, Patriots 41, Eagles 3.
Mac Jones world.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to rush all of them into the end zone, apparently. Now, I respect the optimism, John. John from Northfield, but you know that's not going to happen.
I think he's probably just trying to stir it up.
Yeah, he's the contrarian, why not? Get us stirred up. Then we got Paul from Rehoboth saying the Eagles will go 12-5. They'll start out 8-0 and then lose 5 straight after the bye week. The sky will be falling in Philadelphia, but the 8-0 start will be enough to overcome that massive losing streak.
See, I think the Eagles are a lot, unless some unseen factors like a lot of injuries, I don't see them losing 5 games in a row.
Well, keep in mind, those 5 games they would lose in a row, that means they would lose to the Cardinals and the Giants twice, right? I mean, he's essentially saying lose out.
No, he's talking about
lose to end the season.
No, he's talking about the loss to Kansas City.
So after our bye week,
49ers, Dallas, and I guess Seattle.
So after the Cowboys week, so Chiefs, Bills,
or no, maybe he's saying
Niners.
maybe he's saying the losing streak starts on Sunday
after the bye.
Yeah, no, before the bye they got the Cowboys. They have the Cowboys before the bye.
Okay,
it's on the 11th.
No, he's saying they're going to lose 5 straight after the bye. So going to beat the Cowboys, lose the Chiefs, Bills,
I don't
Niners,
see that.
Cowboys.
You see that help? I don't see that.
No, but at least he didn't say. At least he didn't say they're going to lose the Giants and Cardinals. I can at least get behind that. And then one last text we talked about the Jets is the Eagles are going to face them in Week 6, and Cole from LBI chimes in again saying my Jets will be legit. They will have a dominant defense, 8 deep at D line, 3 cornerbacks that were in top 25 in PFF rankings last year, and 2 of them were top 10. If the offense has better injury luck and our 2 best O-linemen and Breece Hall stay healthy, the 2023 Jets will look like the 2022 Eagles. Cole from LBI.
Wow, Cole. And by the way, Cole, I don't know if you heard, you can go to my website, The Locker Room, Billy Schwein, but we had Joe Klecko on the program, and you can go check out his interview that's posted there. But yeah, I think I have high expectations for the Jets.
I do too, but you can't say that until you see it from them. That's my thing, because especially with Hard Knocks
talks cheap.
Yeah, especially with Hard Knocks and just all of the hype that's around New York and the Jets right now, it's easy to say that. I mean, they do look on paper like a great team, but you got to prove it first. I mean, when's the last time the Jets have won anything? I love the team, I love the chemistry they got, but you have to win a few games before you can say they're going to be the 2022 Eagles, because no one expected that, I don't think, from the Eagles. It was all on Jalen Hurts. Can he take the step? And
he did.
He did. So let's see if Aaron Rodgers meshes well.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Send us your prediction for the Eagles' record. Give us what their record will be at the end of Week 17 in the NFL.
Cole from LBI does exactly that. Says, I think the Eagles go 12-5 and win a minimum of 10 games, even with the tough schedule. So
conventional wisdom, everybody's saying 12-5.
I think 13-4.
You and Carlin are 13-4.
I think the bar is just set so high for
Dave
that man
Klemick,
behind center.
Dave Klemick was at 12-5, I believe.
Yeah,
yesterday.
and 12-5, only a game worse than I'm predicting. But Jalen Hurts just sets the bar so high for himself. His work ethic is unbelievable. I mean, I don't think he's going to take 2 losses lightly. I think he's going to buckle down after that. And if he even gets to that point, just make sure it doesn't happen again. But who knows? The NFL, like I said, it's a crazy league. Any given Sunday, a team can come out
given Sunday, Danny Ryan.
Even if they're not better on paper, any given Sunday they can upset somebody. So.
You know who John Facenda is?
No. you just love how
you don't know John
my lack of
is?
information is. No,
got it. He's the best voice. He's like the voice of NFL films. He's no longer with us. He passed away, but he's the original. Look up John Facenda and play a clip of the the Raiders, when he does that Raiders thing, we'll play that.
All right, let me find
We'll
it.
do that on the other side. How about that? I'll show you exactly what to look for because it gets me pumped up. The autumn win. Put the autumn. I think it's called the autumn win with John Facenda.
How do you spell his last name?
Facenda. I'll look it up.
Oh, I found him.
It's called the autumn win. It's about you got to listen to it. You don't know who John Facenda is?
Come on, Billy.
Come on, man.
You come on. I'm a 2002 baby. Come on.
I got to teach you everything.
No, you don't. you just throw the most random stuff at me every Sunday.
got it?
Expect me to know. I've got a few of them.
Give me the autumn win.
Here we go.
All right, let's hear that.
We got an ad first. We got to delay it.
Delay the ad. This like I get chills when I hear it.
Yeah.
If
But
you've never heard this, it's gonna when you hear it.
after this, we'll go through the Eagles
You'll
depth
be,
chart.
yeah,
for
you'll
sure.
be hooked when you hear this. I'm gonna pull it up.
Sounds like he's from medieval times.
Listen.
Have you gotten enough?
No, man, are you kidding me? This doesn't get your blood boiling?
Kind of getting sleepy over here.
Oh, come on.
All right, we'll end it there.
Come on, man. Are you out of your mind? Danny Ryan.
I don't know if it's early. I mean,
That's blasphemy right there. That's John Facenda.
All right, the voice of God.
Oh my, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he did sound like it.
That just gets me ready for football.
I don't know.
And you're like dismissed. You turned it off.
I mean, it was at a pause anyways,
my
but I don't know. That kind of gets me
Doesn't that
excited for. I wouldn't say ready for. I don't know. It doesn't hype me up.
Oh my God.
Great voice though. Great voice.
He is.
I'm
He's
not going
like
to understate that.
John Facenda's a legend.
Cole from LBI said he loved the Klecko interview. By the way, so we got a loyal Jets fan here on the locker room.
Yeah, we do, man. 609-403-0973. I can't, man, Danny. I just don't know about you, man.
We can have some words after the show.
I'm starting to worry about you.
Yeah. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Give me some Peanuts characters.
Oh, I don't know. I can't do anything of that for you.
How do you not know John?
You should be lucky that you
I feel
be
bad
Mr.
for
Ed.
you, missed John Facenda.
What year?
I grew up with this guy.
What year did he pass away?
He was an anchor for Channel 10, I believe.
All right, let's get rolling with this Philadelphia Eagles depth chart. We got to take a look at it.
I can't believe it.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Give me a
Danny.
break.
Danny Ryan.
Sorry, I'm not concerned about John Facenda in my free time, 24/7. All right,
let's look at the depth chart.
So obviously, quarterback room, you got Jalen Hurts and Marcus Mariota with Tanner McKee third string. I'd say that's A+. I mean, Marcus Mariota is going to have his flaws, but we just ride with it and hope it's not for more than a 2-week
Saw an
span.
interview with Gainwell. He said talked about the room, the running back room, how they're all unselfish and they're all pulling for each other.
Yeah, so the final running back room after Trey Sermon was cut is Swift, Penny, Gainwell, and Scott. I would say I'm not ready to give that an A+ yet.
How about a B?
I'm going to give it a B+.
B+. All right.
B+ because you don't know how it's going to go. You don't
Right.
know if Swift's going to be a great pass catching back, if he can stay healthy.
I was going to say, isn't the knock on him is health, right?
Same thing with Penny.
Penny, right?
Penny also can't stay healthy.
Well,
so
maybe because there's four guys they'll be taking less hits.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to stay healthy.
I expect Gainwell to be
So you give it a B+.
arguably the best back in the run game. But yeah, I'm going to give it a B+. And then the wide receiver room, we know.
It's a flat out A.
Yeah, flat out A. I'm not going to go A+ because
No.
after Watkins, it kind of
But
falls
remember,
off
they
a little bit.
Both of those guys, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown had 1,000 yards both last
Yeah,
year.
and if you factor Dallas Goedert essentially into that wide receiver room, that's A+.
So I got 5 tight ends on our roster.
Yeah, they just traded for one. Albert O, Grant Calcaterra is now the fourth string. Jack Stoll is second. I mean, hey, Albert O talked about how he's excited to be on a new team, fresh start. So I'm going to give the tight end room a lot of depth. I'm going to give it
I'm giving it an A because I think Dallas
Yeah.
Goedert he's going to have a break. He's going to have a really good year this year.
Yeah, I'll give it a B+, just because I don't know how Jack Stoll is going to do, or Albert O. I think they're going to use Albert O more as a blocking tight end. So I'll give it a B+.
He's
but
like 6'5", 285 or something like that.
he's huge, so he could be a good blocking tight end. But I'm going to give it a B+ with improvement, room for improvement available. And then I'll go left tackle. I mean, Jordan Mailata, he speaks for himself. The size of that guy with Jack Driscoll as the backup. I think that's an easy A, right?
No doubt.
I mean, the offensive line, we could give it its own grade in general.
Yeah, let's just do offensive line in general. I think it's an A.
A little weaker this year, but I would go.
Why do you say a little weaker?
Well, you got Cam Jurgens starting at right guard instead of, say, Amalu, so you don't know how that's going to go. You don't really have a backup center if Kelsey goes down.
Cam Jurgens is a stud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see him play. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, Landon Dickerson.
I think he's going to be a pleasant surprise, and I think when you have Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, guys that have been 13 and 15 years in the league, something like that, or 13 and 11 or something like that. These guys are leaders. When you have a leader lined up right next to you like that, it's going to rub off on you.
We got a new text, Gordon from CMCH, I believe. Is that Cape May Courthouse?
Okay.
Possibly. I don't know. But he says his record prediction is 11-6, 4-2 in division, and 4 random losses. So he has the
so
Eagles
the over and
going
under is
11-6.
11.5. So he's going under.
He's going under on the over under. I mean that would be a huge fall off after
they still win the division 11-6 though.
I don't think that's signed, sealed,
What
delivered.
do you worry about, the Cowboys?
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. You can't. They've got talent. I'm not going to sit here and just act blind to it. The Cowboys, at the end of the day, they're going to find a way to mess up, but they've got talent and they have no Zeke holding them back. It's Tony Pollard's running back room if he can stay healthy. So they're good. They're a good team, Billy. I hope you realize that. Dak Prescott is going to be.
You know what?
himself.
I don't realize it because I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, but you can't
my disdain for the Cowboys is so palatable.
You can't be blind to their talent though, just because you hate them. I hate them as much as you do. Don't
get
me wrong.
When I play fantasy football, I won't even. If I could have a Cowboy staring me right in the face, I still won't.
Come on,
I won't take him.
Tony Pollard's
won't
arguably,
take him.
He's one of the best fantasy running backs out
Won't
there.
take him.
That's ridiculous. You're stuck in
you
your
don't even
ways.
know John Facenda is.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. You're stuck in your ways. You got CeeDee Lamb
Get
or
off
Tony.
my lawn, will you?
You got CeeDee Lamb or Tony Pollard on the board.
Your buddy Mike Doctorovitz, he sounds like me on his text message.
He does.
Doesn't
He does. He's a passionate
and what is he,
dude.
22 years old?
He's 21, I believe.
He's like
Same age as
he's
me.
like a throwback.
Yeah.
The minute a guy makes a mistake, he wants to.
He's
crucify
emotional,
him.
baby.
All right, I love
he
it.
rises. That's why he's a columnist for lockerroom.com.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to give the offensive line a B+ just because of the question mark of Jurgens and then the backups that are
All right,
also
so
questionable.
overall, offensively, A?
Yeah, I'd say A. Because, you're giving the tight end room a B+ for me, offensive line a B+, receiver room an A, running back room a B+, and QB an A, so it's got to be an overall A.
All right.
And
I
then
agree with that.
let's go to the defense. I mean, special teams we can talk about a little bit later because they're still looking for a punter.
So, well, let's do it on the other side.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right?
we need time.
Because let me look at some things and digest things. But I still can't get over to you don't know who John Facenda is.
Come on, man. Let it go. I'll
Can't,
get off
dude.
your lawn.
For over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Looking for your special craft beer? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Stanton Insurance Group. And I know Dave Stanton, the Stanton family, they're squared away. They're great people. SIG Protection. Get SIG Protection. Stanton Insurance Group protection. Don't get burned this summer. Choose Stanton Insurance Group for better coverage than your sunscreen. Protected families, homes, automobiles, businesses in New Jersey and Pennsylvania for over 25 years. Stanton helps you select the right insurance company for the best combination of protection and service at a competitive rate. Get insurance coverage you need today. Visit sigprotection.com for a quote. That's 97.3 ESPN.
College football returns to ESPN Radio.
This is what's so great about college football. These matchups, these brands.
It's a top 10 showdown in Orlando, Florida, when 5th-ranked LSU goes head-to-head with 8th-ranked Florida State.
The winner is thrust into the title contender conversation. It's a really big game for both teams.
Coverage begins tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Football lives on 97.3 ESPN FM, South Jersey's football station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 2 locations on Bay Avenue in Somers Point and their new location at 43rd Street off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, offering a waterfront view of the bay in Somers Point and the ocean in Sea Isle. Plus, live music is featured 7 days a week at both The Point locations. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them online at dothepoint.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through September 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, upgrade to gig and save $20 a month over Verizon. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed. Savings compares Xfinity Gig to Verizon Gig.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Danny Ryan, have a Sunday morning sports talk.
Hey, Billy, who sings that?
Sting, let him.
Huh?
Sting, and you're going to say let him.
No, I was going to say keep it that way.
Now, let's look at the defense because I think the defense, there's some question marks, but I like the fact that they got quality guys. Like you look at Jalen Carter, the guy, if he continues to live up to those expectations, I mean, he could have been a number 1 pick overall.
Do you hear what they're calling him in practice just because of how they've seen him? Baby Rhino.
Baby Rhino.
Baby Rhino. I mean, if that doesn't scare you, maybe the baby part doesn't, but you got a Rhino coming off the edge or coming through the middle here to try and stop the run or, rush the pass. Man.
Well, last year, Brandon Graham had 11 sacks. What, 34 years old now?
Yeah, 11 and a half last year.
Is he going to be able to?
Nope.
So how many sacks?
I don't think he gets double digits, honestly.
All right. So if he gets 9, is that cool?
Yeah, that's above and beyond what I expect.
What is his over and under for sacks for you?
Well, last year was a really good year for sacks for him, so I'm going to go.
Oh yeah, he won't be able to do that.
Over under is like 6.5, I think, around that point, because he's a defensive end at the end of the day, and you got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, a lot of those guys going to be rotating in. Josh Sweat on the other end.
Fletcher Cox, he had what, 9 sacks last year?
Yeah, I think he was just below the double-digit mark.
Right.
So
he's a year younger than Brandon Graham.
I believe they're around the same age.
they're going to have Milton Williams, Eric Barnett. By the way, see reports of Barnett's looking for a trade.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Well, because he's going to be a depth
coming
piece
off
at that
But
point.
they're going to the defensive line's going to rotate. They're all going to get playing time.
I don't know if I want him to get playing time, to be honest with you. You have seen him.
Look, he's gotten some stupid penalties called on him,
But it always happens.
He's drawn the ire of the coaching staff, no doubt about it, and the fans.
Fletcher Cox,
But
32.
still, I think he's Fletcher Cox, 32.
And Brandon Graham's 35.
All right.
So 3-year difference.
Look, if you look at the Brandon Graham, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, and Josh Sweat are your 4 down linemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cunningham, Jacoby Dean, Reddick. Reddick is. I mean, I think he's going to have a quality year.
I don't think he's going to beat what he did last year. Like, a lot of these guys set career highs in performances and just how they performed on the Eagles team last year if they're returning. I don't know if they can repeat that, to be honest with you, but you're going to be missing 6 interceptions from the safety position too with GJ gone. Not that he was going to be able to replicate that again, but can Reed Blankenship get around 3 or 4?
Let's look at our corners are solid.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, you
Darius
brought
Slay
back Bradbury and Slay.
Bradbury.
And then you get Keely Ringo, who had a great preseason.
All right, what do you give the defensive line a grade?
Defensive line, probably the strongest part of this team, I'm not going to lie. And I think a lot of people could agree with me. So I'm going to go A+ for the defensive line.
A+?
You got
I can't give it a plus. I'll give it an A.
You get the nice mix of veterans.
Actually, I'm going to give it an A-. Because Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are not proven. Zach Cunningham, he's always injured. I mean, he can't stay healthy in his career.
Yeah, but he's going to be a linebacker for us.
All right.
I don't know. I think I could see it being A+.
I'm just giving the lineman a grade right now. I'm going to say A-.
Yeah, I'll go A+. I'm going to stick to it just because I feel like you got the nice mix of veterans and young guys that can learn. Josh Sweat, everyone forgets about him because of Hassan Reddick.
Right.
He is deadly on the end. And you have
who's going to double?
Yeah,
I mean, who are you going to double that?
And that's going to make the secondary that much better. So I'm going to go A+ just because of how much pressure they're going to force like they did last year.
All right, let's look at the linebacker.
So we got Nakobe Dean. Obviously, Zach Cunningham's going to be playing alongside him with Christian Ellis. Those are the 3. Sean Bradley's still on the roster, but he's out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Yeah, he got hurt. And he was really a special teams linebacker for majority of his career anyways. So I say the linebacker.
Nolan Smith, this guy is supposed to be super athletic, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in him.
He's going to get a lot of PT.
He's kind of working off an injury after preseason. I'm going to go
right now
with the line. If you're including Reddick there, with the linebacker core, I'm going to go B+.
I was going to go B-.
Around the B area. I can be convinced to go with B.
I think it's our
and Reddick brings it there. Like if you were just talking Dean and Cunningham and Ellis, that would be a C- for me.
Remember, Nakobe Dean, they were talking during the draft.
Oh, yeah.
2 years ago, he was supposed to be a number 1.
I wanted him in the
He dropped to the 3rd round.
Yeah. And
is that because of his injury history or because of his size?
No, he had a shoulder injury going into the draft, and his physical was a little bit, starred.
So I'm giving it a B- because they're not proven.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
And they got to stay healthy.
I'm removing Reddick from the conversation, and everyone's going to be focused on Cunningham, Ellis, and Dean. I'm going to go C-, just with.
All right,
I'll base it off
C-,
of those 3.
C-
for Cunningham, Dean, and Ellis. Yeah, I mean, I'm not including Reddick in this conversation or Smith. I'm going to go with that.
Okay,
because they're going to be coming off the edge majority of the season, anyways. Yeah, I mean, you don't know what you're getting.
Well, I think. And don't forget Nolan Smith, right? I mean,
yeah, but like I said,
he'll play.
Reddick and Smith are going to be coming off the edge a lot. That's why I don't really consider them linebackers in coverage, you know?
609-403-0973. Got a few minutes left in the show. 609-403-0973 is the text board. If you're going to send us in your Eagles prediction for wins and losses, most of us, you have 13-4. I've got 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are coming in 12-5.
Yeah, somebody said 11-6. That's been our lowest so far, projection wise. But yeah, linebacker core for those 3, C-.
All right.
Hassan Reddick and Smith. I mean, oh man, that duo right there is going to be deadly off the edge. So I'm going to go, just those 2 guys alone. I'll go with an A for them. Maybe a B+ just because you don't know what you're getting from Smith at the NFL level. What about the secondary though, Billy?
Well, James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox, Terrell Edmonds, who's kind of he played for Pittsburgh last year.
Yeah, he's a veteran safety.
All right, he's a veteran safety.
Sidney Brown had a good camp.
Yeah, Reed Blankenship, Josh Jobs. I mean, he's
Eli Ricks had a great
Eli
preseason.
Ricks, right?
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to say B.
Well, you have your front two spots locked up. You know what I mean?
Darius Slay and Bradbury.
If they stay healthy, you have nothing to worry about there in the CB1 and CB2. So it really comes down to the depth and the safety position. We're going to factor it all in with the cornerbacks and safeties. If we're doing that, I'm going to go B+.
I'm going to say just a solid B.
Yeah, I'm going to go
only
B+.
because they're unproven.
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of the corners.
Yeah, and I go B+ just because Reed Blankenship, he held down the fort for an extended period of time. I believe it was 6 games that Gardner Johnson was out, and he looked pretty good. Now it's just a matter of, can he do that for an entire 18-game season like you said? I think he can do a decent job, but you're not going to get CJ type of production out of there. It's just not going to happen unless for some reason you get another historical defensive line that just forces so much pressure.
609-403-0973 is the text board. You want to send us your Eagles prediction on the season as far as wins and losses go.
We have another text in. An unidentified texter says, "Hey, Billy, I'm not concerned about the Eagles only carrying 3 or 4 LBs. They will use a ton of man fronts and 5 to 6 defensive back packages. They have 9 million defensive tackles on the roster for a reason."
Well, I mean, I can't fault Howie Roseman. I mean, he's won my respect, especially over the last couple of years. And I think with the coaching staff, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Keeping 3 linebackers. It doesn't make any sense to me, but who am I?
Yeah, I guess they figure, I don't know. I can't really. You're obviously on the viewpoint that they should have more linebackers in that core just for depth in case.
I mean, we're looking at the depth chart. I mean, you got Christian Ellis, Sean Bradley, who's out for the year, and Nolan Smith.
I guess they're planning to use Nolan Smith in more of a coverage linebacker position if one of those guys were to go down. That's their backup plan. But I agree. I think you could use one more. I mean, I forget what his name was.
5 tight ends on the roster. I'm surprised Howie hasn't made a move.
Yeah, and everyone
usually
thinks
he trades right before the start of the season.
A lot of people think he's going to cut one of those tight ends, whether it's going to be Stoll or Calcaterra, because he still needs a punter. He doesn't have a punter, Billy.
Right.
He cut Siposs, so he's still got to make that move.
By the way, did you see the other day they were having people on the roster kicking field goals?
No.
And
Actually, I did see that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Was it Cam Jurgens? He kicked the?
Some of them had boots,
man.
I think that was like the one thing Jalen Hurts wasn't good at, though.
And who's the one guy that's going to surprise us on defense and have a really solid year? Not a solid, an outstanding year.
An outstanding year. That's a lot to live up to. I don't know. I'm going to go with the safe pick.
Let's say this: if Nakobe Dean plays as advertised, I think that'll solidify their defense, and then these guys are from Georgia, the national champions.
Yeah, not only was he a first-round talent, but I wanted him when they selected Cam Jurgens in the 2nd round, and I was upset when they didn't do it, and then he fell all the way to their 3rd-round pick. So I think they found a diamond in the rough in Nakobe Dean if he can stay healthy. I want to say Dean, but I'm going to go with the safe pick, though, and say Jalen Carter is going to have an outstanding year.
Jalen Carter.
He's been getting mentored by these veterans on the defensive line for the entire offseason.
Are you concerned about Jordan Davis? He's behind Carter.
No.
Last year's #1 pick.
Well, he's not going to be on the field for every single snap.
Right. They're going to interchange.
I'm not worried about him being second on the totem pole just because they're going to be rotating all season long, like you just said. They're going to interchange them.
And of course, as we announced yesterday, the locker room will be broadcasted live every Sunday throughout the football season at the Tropicana Sportsbook, the Caesar Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. We're looking forward to that. That's going to be a great time. Come on down and be a part of the show. Being in the sportsbook is pretty cool. We'll get you down there, Danny Ryan.
Yeah, I'll be holding things down in the studio for majority of the football season.
Hightail it over there because we'll be watching games there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be a great venue for us during football season. I'm really looking forward to it. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, looking for your special craft beer? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Ask for, when you get down and say hello to Billy, ask for Chet. Tell him we said hi at Circle Liquor Store at Summers Point, New Jersey. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The 2023 Eagles season is here, and this is your radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 1 as the Eagles head to New England next Sunday to take on the Patriots.
And then he's sacked. Brandon Graham.
Eagles radio network coverage begins at 3 p.m. Maryland Mike call all the action starting at 4:25. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Every piece of land has a story. Some right there is behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Your palace awaits. Caesars Palace Online Casino is now live. Download today and register using code RADIOLAUNCH. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits after wagering $25. Must be 21 and physically present. CaesarsPalaceOnline.com/promos. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800. In West Virginia, all games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Danny Ryan. Sunday morning in the locker room. It's a beautiful, beautiful day outside. The ocean water's still a little warm, and it's a great time of year, man. You got baseball. You got down the stretch. You got the playoffs ahead of us. The Philadelphia Phillies, the Philadelphia Eagles kicking it off next week. Next Sunday, we'll be at the Tropicana, at the sports book in the Tropicana. I'm pumped up, man.
The weather's coming around too. When I get home from work after 9-10 o'clock at night, a nice 55 to 60 degree fall brisk air. You gotta love it. It's hoodie weather, baby.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, we alluded to some college football yesterday. A couple good games. I watched the South Carolina, North Carolina game. That was fun to watch. Yeah. Penn State, going back and forth with the Phillies and everything. But some big blowouts yesterday. And I mean, Oregon against Portland State, 81-7.
Yeah.
81-7. And Colorado, how about that game yesterday?
That was the best game by far.
That game was on at 12 noon, right?
Yeah, it was one of the afternoon
So I was
games.
listening to it on the radio, on 97.3 ESPN. But then I got home and I caught the tail end of it. And Deion Sanders, he's a winner.
He's unbelievable.
I mean,
and everyone that was watching it with me, they were like, all right, buckle up. Let's
Right?
listen to this post-game press conference, this post-game interview.
500 yards.
Yeah, Shadur Sanders looked terrific. I mean, the real story, in my opinion, is Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball for 150-plus snaps.
Right.
In 100-degree weather, it's
100 some degrees.
120 on the turf. I mean, are you kidding me? And he got an interception, went for 11 receptions, 119 yards, didn't get the touchdown, but who cares? He almost picked off another ball on the defensive side, and he's doing special teams. Yeah. We've never seen this, Billy.
It's unbelievable.
Like we talk about Shohei Ohtani and how he does the two-way for the MLB. That's not nearly as severe as college football or the NFL. I mean, I would say it's arguably
both ways.
Yeah, I would say it's 5 or 6 times harder in college football or just the sport of football in general.
Number 4 Alabama beat Middle Tennessee 56-7. There's no surprise there.
73-0 Oklahoma over Arkansas State.
Mississippi over Mercer. Who's Mercer?
73-7. Beats me.
Man. I mean, did these schools they get off on that?
Kansas State 45-0 over SEMO. Is that what the name is? Southeast Missouri State. Yeah, it's not
crazy.
Not great.
Listen, so here's today's lineup. You got Rutgers at Northwestern. That's a good game to watch. You can watch that game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, later on tonight, you have LSU, Florida State.
That's in Baton Rouge?
I believe so.
It looks like no, it's in Florida.
Florida, is it Florida?
Yeah.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, the Seminoles are home. So
okay, but that'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah,
and of course tomorrow Clemson and Duke.
I've never been a big college football guy, but
Josh Henning is a big.
Well, I'm starting to see the hype in it now. I mean, you see performances like you saw in Colorado and the Buffaloes yesterday against TCU, a team that
they were in a national championship last year.
Granted they got blown out, but a team that was in the national championship, and you went toe to toe with them and barely beat them by 3. Goes to show you're just as talented as that team.
Notre Dame mopped up on Tennessee State.
Yep,
56-3.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Penn State.
Notre Dame for real?
But, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Probably not.
I like it. You know what? I like it when Notre Dame's playing well.
Yeah. So I mean,
I do. It's
the Irish.
Yeah, it's the Irish, right?
Penn State 38-15 over the Mountaineers in West Virginia. Drew Aller, the first-year starting quarterback, 21 for 29, 325 yards, 3 touchdowns. And he was also connecting with Keandre Lambert-Smith a lot. 4 receptions, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That Georgia program just keeps reloading.
Yep.
Right?
They're never going to slow down. They're like Bama. They'll never slow down.
Kirby Smart down there.
56-7 win for Bama yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
But I'll be tuned in. Of course, we had the Phillies at 1:35 today.
1:05.
1:05 today.
Yeah, it's early start.
It's an earlier start.
Mm-hmm.
They got to salvage a win today.
Yeah, I mean, Ranger Suarez on the mound. You're not sure which Ranger you're getting. He's still going to be working the rust off. He didn't really get any. He didn't get a rehab assignment. He only did a BP against Pache. So we'll see how he does. I mean, I'm hoping for at least a 2.
Does Trey Turner hit a home run today?
I'd be a fool to say no.
I'd
be a fool to say no, Billy. And at the same time, I'd be a fool to say Kyle Schwarber doesn't either. I mean, he's on fire as well.
How many home runs do you think Kyle Schwarber will finish with this season?
At this rate?
We got about, what, 28, 29 games left, I think?
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at the schedule.
Look at the schedule.
I know it's, we go to San Diego, then it's
By the
Miami.
way, they could possibly win 90 games.
Yeah, I think they have close, if not over 20 games left.
What was the over and under? I think it was 88, 80, 85.
It was
86.
low. It was like 86, 87.
They're going to surpass.
They'll
surpass that.
I always thought that they were going to be a 90-win team. Honestly, I never expected them to win the division because of how stacked the Braves are, but I expect them to be a good team.
I can't believe we're 15 games behind the Braves.
Yeah, and we're 13 over 500, which is the crazier part.
I know.
They're on a different level this year, Billy. Acuna, he's having a great series against the Dodgers.
Who do you think will win the MVP?
It's between him and Betts, and Acuna's having a great series against the Dodgers, who Betts plays for, obviously. So I think he's going to pull
And look
away.
at Bryce Harper's second half of the season. I mean, he's right there with him.
The power is suddenly back, Billy. Power is suddenly back.
Wow, man. So the show's over already. All right, Danny Ryan, as always, we really appreciate you, man. It was a great show today. I want to thank Tommy Greene, of course, every Sunday throughout the baseball season. We go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because
nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner.
Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. Have a great Sunday night, and we'll see you right back here next weekend as we kick off the NFL schedule next week in the locker room with Billy Schwein.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
South Jersey business owners, when Eagles football returns to the airwaves this season, don't miss out. Make sure your business is a part of the Philadelphia Eagles season with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick on 97.3 ESPN.
Touchdown!
Every week, the NFL's most passionate fan base flocks to